Hey, what's up, folks? This is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, the channel that always has your back and tells it like it is. Well, today's video is coming to you by request for a review and price prediction for Covalent and the CQT token. So if you haven't heard of Covalent yet, this project centers all around data, and big blockchain data. So that being said, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a thorough review. We'll talk about what Covalent is, how does it work, what are some of the chains that they're tapping into? Who are the partners here? Who's backed this project? Who's the team behind the project? We'll give you a little bit of news, and then we'll be talking token later on, where I'll do a thorough in-depth review of what's going on in the chart and the token itself, where we think it could end year-end and beyond. Now we'll wrap everything up with some final thoughts, and I'll just say right now that's probably going to be the most important part of this video, so stick around for those, okay? Now, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the like button. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you click the bell, you'll be made aware whenever I post time-sensitive content just like this. And now, let's get it going. So what is Covalent? Well, basically it's an API, but it's a unified API for billions of data points across multiple chains for blockchain, okay? So this is big data, big blockchain API, all right? Now, for a list of the supported chains here. So currently we have Ethereum, we've got the Binance Smart Chain, we've got Polygon, Matic, right? We've got Avalanche, Phantom, Moonbeam, RSK Network, Palm, Arbitrum Network, as well as some others I found on there, including Clayton, Nervos, and Axie, all right? For some of the coming soons, we've got Elrond, Edgeware, Near, Polkadot, and Starkware. Now, Covalent aims to provide the richest and most robust blockchain data on the internet, including we've got 25 billion transactions, 200,000 smart contracts, 30,000 price feeds for fiat and crypto pairs, and this is the most impressive part in my view, a 30-second refresh rate. That's amazing, all right? Now, just some of the use cases for Covalent API include, number one, your crypto taxes. So creating a way to access taxable events in DEXs, that's decentralized exchanges. So for those who don't know, every time a transaction occurs in crypto, that's a taxable event. Well, if it's on a centralized exchange, at the end of the year, you can get a report of all that. If it's on a decentralized exchange, you cannot. So this basically gives us a way to capture that info on the decentralized exchange, okay? Next, we've got DeFi to pull real-time multi-chain data. That's immensely huge, okay? Enough said. We've got NFTs, so to track and provide NFT analysis and improve user experience, so that's really good. And lastly, currently we have DAOs, so where individuals can use the API to examine proposal interactions and to see how active members are in creating and voting on proposals, as well as if they're voting for or against. It can capture all of that, all right? Now, lastly in here, there are also going to be use cases that we don't even know yet, and that's something that Covalent talks about, right? So, some partnerships that they already have include Alliance Block, love Alliance Block, Balancer, we've got Loopring, Matic, right? Polka Starter, that's a great one, Reef, Xerion, and many others. Now, for some early backers of Covalent, and this is really important. So we've got Binance, we've got Coinbase, we've got Alameda, we've got Delphi Digital, and others. So you know if Coinbase and Binance are bankrolling it, it's the real deal, okay? And we've also got Alameda, right? They're tied into FTX and our boy Sam, all right? Remember that. Now, for a little bit of background, so Covalent was founded by Ganesh Swamy. He is the founder and CEO, who is a serial entrepreneur, adventurer, and traveler. Now, per his LinkedIn, it says, ask me about a training regimen for climbing Mount Everest base camp. Whoa, not everyone's done that. That's massive, okay? I thought that was really cool. Now, he's based in Vancouver, Canada, and attended Simon Fraser University to study engineering physics. And our other co-founder here and CTO, this is the Chief Technology Officer, is Levi Owl. He has a bachelor's in computer science from the University of British Columbia. Now, this is really interesting. So the idea behind Covalent was built in a weekend at a hackathon in 2017. Needless to say, they not only won the hackathon, and they later decided to commercialize the project. And just the other day, they actually passed their 4-year anniversary. So that's amazing to start that small, and here we are 4 years later. Really cool, okay? Now for some news here. So CQT was just listed on the AscendX Global Exchange as seen here in this tweet. They also just recently held a comprehensive AMA that was posted to their YouTube, as well as it's got numerous updates, and they've also got a link to it on Twitter, okay? Now, they're also very community driven, whether it be in the hackathon or with their own Alchemist DAO. That is a decentralized autonomous organization. Okay, there's another term. Now, if you want to get further involved in the Covalent DAO, the Alchemist DAO, you can join the community through their Alchemist DAO at alchemistdao.com. Okay, so let's talk token. So CQT is the native token of Covalent. For some tokenomics, so out of 1 billion tokens, 20% are for the ecosystem, 8% staking, 18.9% reserves, 2% for advisors, 10% went to seed, 20.4% in the private sale, 2.9% in the second private sale, 3.4% in the public sale, 14.4% for the team, a partridge in a pear tree. Now, CQT is currently sitting at number 594 with a market cap of just over 56 million. Now that number right there has got my spidey senses tingling, right? That's a big number, so remember that. Now with just 5% of nearly 50 million coins out of 1 billion in circulation, as of this recording, the price was $1.13 per token, okay? Now, if we insert the chart here, so you can see that CQT kicked off this year in June at roughly 94 cents. It bottomed out right around the 30-cent range and has since rebounded to where it is today. Now, if we insert the trading view chart, CQT actually opened, it appears, at $50 a token. So that was probably a little high, right? You can also see significant volume here in the project. Now, this is something I look for, is those volume bars. This has big time volume at the moment. Now, there's also been a red outflow of money visible in the market cipher in the red wave. So this is one of those things that we kind of need to turn around if it's going to make a run here in this last couple of months, okay? And it's still possible, right? Now, if CQT stayed within the same trend lines, it would finish end of year between roughly $1.50 and $3.20. So from where it is today, the high end, it looks like 3x. It could also blast past that, depending on what happens with Bitcoin, with altcoin season, etc. And I'll talk about some other things as well. Now, if you want to know where to find CQT to pick some up, it is available on KuCoin, it's available on Gate.io, it's available on FTX, there's that Alameda tie, it's available on Kraken and others, and I do have referral links in the video description for free money bonuses. If you follow any of those links, you also help support the channel, get some free money along the way. Big thanks, right? Now, for some final thoughts here. So this is the most important part of this video, right? So a few things stand out to me with Covalent. Number one is leadership, passion, and community focus. So it was totally obvious in the AMA, which I highly recommend you watch, and it's right around 49-50 minutes if you want to check it out, with the Alchemist DAO emphasis on participation, in hackathons, and the team photo in Whistler, and Ganesh's push for Mount Everest Base Camp, that basically family, friends, building together, pushing to achieve new heights are all present here. That's really cool. That's a really cool thing. You know, not every project is like this. This has a team of over 40 plus people, which they mentioned that on the AMA. So that's really neat, right? Number 2, the data economy is one of the most valuable and emerging industries that there is, period. Okay, so I just watched a video just the other night on Ocean Protocol where they were talking about this exact same subject and how the data economy is going to be worth just a massive amount of money within the next 10 years. I fully believe that, all right? Now, Covalent not only taps into that, but it does it in a big way with blockchain as the emerging tech of tomorrow. So that's a really big deal, right? Number 3 is that Coinbase and Binance, also with Alameda, right? So FTX is already in this with the listing, but Coinbase and Binance bankrolled the funding of Covalent. So which means it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but you can almost guarantee that they are going to be listing this token at some point. Most likely one, if not both of them, okay? Now, I just saw this happen just the other day with Trace. I did a video on that one a month ago. It 10x'd from that point of that video to the Coinbase listing. So, boom, it can totally happen, right? Now, number 4, this project has been building for 4 years. So that shows dedication, it shows perseverance. To make an idea come to fruition like that after 4 years of development is really cool, right? Number 5 is that staking appears to only be available currently to those who are members of the Alchemist DAO through their Stake in the City events. So general public, this was mentioned in the AMA, will get staking next year, 2022, which means a further value add is just over the horizon here with this one. Okay, so staking's right around the corner. Now, I also think that the partnerships, number 6, will continue to grow as the emphasis on data grows. So I personally expect Covalent to make many more partnerships in blockchain and elsewhere. That's definitely going to happen here. Now, number 7 is that Covalent is still learning and developing further use cases for their API, meaning that there's probably quite a few more use cases that they have not even defined yet. So, you know, in terms of potential, I mean, there's just massive potential with all of this data, okay? So, the bottom line here today is that if you're watching this video, you are really early on this one. The token has only been out for roughly about 6 months or so, even though the project's 4 years old. So you're really early on this one. Staking isn't even out yet. It's not listed on Coinbase or Binance yet, though it is listed on quite a few other exchanges, but it's not on those two, even though they bankrolled it, right? So there is just so much potential here. Some really good leadership. By all accounts, looks like a really good team behind it, building this one. So very cool project. You can see why the big backers backed this, because they back quality stuff, right? So that's what Covalent is. This is a quality project. It is all about big blockchain data. So expect more partnerships, expect more listings, expect more news. I'm expecting big things with this one. And in full disclosure, yes, I do own CQT. Yes, I do own Ocean Protocol. And yes, I do own Trace as well. I even own Alliance Block. So all of what I mentioned earlier, I own them all, okay? So this is another really good one, and that's why I wanted to share it with you today, all right? So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget that I'm also on Twitter at KIR Finance, where you can find me tweeting and retweeting on a regular basis. Check me out there. And for a friendly reminder, this is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, channel that always has your back and tells it like it is, and I will see you on the next one. Later.